Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo992 and today we are back from a brand new episode of the Spfl show. Now sorry about the technical difficulties at the start, but wouldn't it be an Spfl show without some technical difficulties? You know what I'm saying. But anyway, let's dive in and speak to the guests then. And weirdly, I feel like I haven't introduced them first before, but also at the same time I feel like I may have done this just 5 minutes ago when we thought we were on live. But anyway, goggsy99 there, mate. You look happy to be here, so Goggsy, introduce yourself to the chat.
Well, I'm absolutely buzzing to be back. Fantastic weekend. Went to 2 fantastic games, Dundee Derby and the Motherwell game, and then to round it off, I won £200 at the bookies yesterday. So yeah.
Oh wow, what a surprise!
You couldn't have guessed.
Wow, wait, did not see that fun fact coming. If you don't know what we're talking about, we basically done all the intro. We started talking about the first game, then we realised that OBS, which streams the thing, crashed. So we spent about 10 minutes saying none, which is fantastic. So yeah, very laid back atmosphere in the SPFL show, as usual. But anyway, we'll move on to the next guest, and it's good to see him back after last week, mate. How's things, Ryan 118?
Things are no bad. Obviously, the weekend, a fantastic affair for me, and not so much for you, but we'll get on to that, I suppose, when it comes along. But most importantly, fun to be back, good to be back, and I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm not glad you're here. Let's be fair. Let's just be honest. I'm not really glad at all. No,
you love it. You love it.
And the brother in blue, as always, sharpdiv. How's it going, mate?
I'm out here, mate. Yeah, I put a hat on so that people don't
recognize me. You got a sponsorship deal you're going to tell us about Under Armour? Is it?
I wish.
You got a different
I'm working on it, mate. I'm working on it.
That's good to see. So I know a lot of people are excited about announcing things, and I will be making a video later on today announcing things. But right now we're going to be talking about the Scottish football, ladies and gentlemen. So let's dive into the very first game. And we'll start with Goggsy because that man is gleaming for ear to ear. So Goggsy, take it away, son.
Motherwell carried on their fine form from last week's Derby success with an emphatic 3-0 victory at home to Hibs, who on the other side of the spectrum slumped to a third league game without a win. Sherwin Seedorf got the well off to a flyer and had the hosts a deserved lead at the break, although it could have easily been more had Chris Long converted his 2 chances earlier in the first half. Fine saves from Mark Gillespie and the Motherwell goal denied plenty of weak shots from Hibs, and only a couple really troubled us. We survived the Hibs pressure in the second half, and Liam Donnelly does what he does best, scored from the penalty spot, and Jermaine Hilton off the bench made it 3-0, and that was that. A very comfortable afternoon for the Claret and Amber.
Perfect. I just want to ask you, Goggsy, Ryan, how many goals has that Donnelly scored now?
8 goals in 8 games.
That's decent.
Decent return there.
Signing that. Decent player.
And we signed him last season, like the start of last season.
Is he not a converted midfielder? What was he previously? Was it defence or?
We actually signed him as a right back.
Yeah,
and because we've got Grimshaw and Tate that can play there, we've moved him up to centre mid or sort of holding midfielder, and he's now a goal scoring threat, and it's amazing to see.
Perfect.
Can't complain with that transformation.
On you go, Ryan. On you go, mate.
I can't remember what I was going to say now.
Perfect, right, Div?
It's completely gone. Just if you want my opinions on the game, I can give that. But I mean,
on you go, son. You take it. It's been a diet Hibs fan. On you go.
I know a diet Hibs fan, as I'm normally called here. I mean, this season that's proven hard, and it's only looking like it's going to be harder. I mean, Hibs are in trouble, big trouble. But the match itself, we'll talk about that first before we talk about anywhere Hibs are going or where Motherwell are going. The match itself, pretty much all I'm thinking is Hibs are one lucky team. If it wasn't for Marciano and goals, I think he pulled off some. I think both goalkeepers deserve credit in this game. I think both of them had a fantastic performance. They both contributed and probably could have, without them being in goals, without maybe the performances, things could have been very different either way. But Marciano in particular, I mean, Motherwell really did turn up the other day, Goggsy. I watched the highlights earlier today, and I mean, a lot of chances, a lot more that probably they should have taken. They could have got a lot more goals, but at the end of the day, I'm going to complain about a 3-0 win. Shout out to Marciano for some fantastic saves. Hibs do look as though they have the potential and the threat to be a goal-scoring team and to have that attacking prowess, which we've kind of known from them over the last couple of seasons. But right now, they're in a horrible rut. Heckingbottom, he's not got the same pleasures as Craig Levein has with Anne Budge, I imagine. So really got to get things sorted out before Heckingbottom finds himself in the same sort of position that Craig Levein is in right now.
Perfect.
I'm glad you tuned into last week's show, Ryan.
I had to.
We discovered that Levein's pumping her. You know what I mean?
Allegedly, I just want to say so we didn't get sued. Allegedly.
Cheers, CJ. Thanks for covering my back.
It's alright, I've got you there, mate. Alright, you can't sue us if we're saying allegedly. It's fine. One of the main talking points for last week's show, and again, even I'm sure the Hibs fans will be wanting to discuss this week, is again the manager situation, because this was a game where a lot of pressure was on them to go there and win, and at least put out a performance, and they've been absolutely smashed there. Let's be fair. Beside that one pass from Scott Allen, again that seems to be a running theme so far this season. The rest of the team's it's just not working.
I think Scott Allen's happy to be getting the chance to play some football and producing maybe a little bit more than the rest of them. But I mean, it's a terrible situation right now.
Oh,
sorry about that, boys.
It's not great, is it? It's not great at all for Hibs. And last year there was a lot of promise from Hibs fans because Higginbottom was able to come in and he was able to enforce more of a positive attitude on the team and the players. But I was expecting them to do some different work in the summer transfer window. I wasn't expecting Canberra to be there, if I'm quite honest, or at least not to be like the starting striker. And in terms of the game, I thought there was a lot of chances. Definitely, 2 goalkeepers made a number of saves. And Goggsy, tell me, who's the top man in the Motherwell side? Is it the man Donnelly?
Donnelly was last season. But I think the best bit of business was probably either Hilton or Seedorf.
I think he's asking who's the man.
Yeah, who's the man for Motherwell? Because it looks like, obviously, outside looking in, that it's Donnelly, because he's getting all the headlines.
Well, right now it's Donnelly, but I think everyone's doing a bit of damage. I think the whole team's just coming together. We didn't take long to gel at all, and we've clicked.
That's one thing about Motherwell. I've always kind of, especially since Stephen Robinson's came in, I feel like Motherwell every year have a completely new squad, new. I feel like they do some amount of business, and yet they still manage every year, unlike teams who do the same thing, to get performances, get results, and it's a hats off to Stephen Robinson because he's done a good job since coming in, and Motherwell find himself in a pretty position.
Aye, that's credit to the scouting department at Motherwell.
Aye, that as well.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, Goggsy, but a lot of your work's done in the lower leagues in England and getting boys up on loan and free transfers, and just seems to be coming up with the results year in, year out.
That's our model, because obviously we can't really afford to go into the Scottish market because we're getting outpriced by other bigger clubs. Mm-hmm. So we've got to go down to teams like Solihull Moors, get Hilton up. We got Seedorf for a cheap fee from Wolves. We've just had to go and get players that are not really at the highest level, and we give them a platform to play up here, and they get the big games against Rangers and Celtic, and then they get to play at the likes of Hearts, Hibs as well. So, right, okay, no bother. But
I've not heard that in a while.
Aye, no bother.
I've not heard no bother in a while. That's brilliant.
But the only bad thing about us as a feeder club is we sort of have to sell players whenever the price is right. So if we do get players like Donnelly playing like that week in, week out, Celtic will bid 1 million for him in January or something like that. It's bound to happen.
Well, we've actually got a bit of news. You've probably already seen this, but Craig Tanner has decided to leave the football club. That's just as of the last hour, is it?
That's actually a bit of a slap in the balls because he was injured. He's been injured for like the last 18 months, and
has he?
Yeah,
we've stuck by him, and we offered him a new 6-month deal. We covered his operation, and he's just been like, see ya.
Loyalty goes a long way, doesn't it? Is this?
I mean, I don't exactly know what's going on behind the scenes. So I'm not going to comment any more on it. But it's me.
I was just desperate to see your opinion because I checked the threads of Motherwell fans, and there's some tasty shit there. People are raging. Like you said, I mean, some of the comments here are just absolute vicious. because you've literally paid his bills. In fact, that actually reminds me very similar when Naismith was actually at Kilmarnock. Dave, you probably remember this more than maybe the other two, but he was out for a long time in Kilmarnock, and then just when he came back, he basically signed for Rangers, and they went mental back then. I remember that, so it's a wee bit obviously I don't know where Tanner will go here, but he must have a club lined up. If he's turning down a 6-month deal, he's been a wee bit of a snake and went and spoke to a team I think when he shouldn't have, and I think that's why he's moved on for there.
Yeah.
So perfect.
Other than that, it's a good bit of business from Tanner, I say.
Well, he's got his medical bills paid.
He got his medical bills. Aye, that's all he needs.
Sounds sees later, boys. Right, perfect. Moving on to the second game then, and I'll let Ryan ruminate as you're back this week, mate. On you go, buddy.
Right, let's see. I'll go with I'll go for the Aberdeen Ross County match there. I may as well get it away. Fairly basic analysis of the
Welcome
game.
back.
I would say. I know it's great. I'm right on the ball. Aberdeen once again getting an unexpected win. I mean, Ross County, don't get me wrong, surprised me with a couple of the performances at the start of the season, but heading to Pittodrie, and with the way Aberdeen have surprised me with performances, because I didn't expect a 3-goal win here either. I don't know, there was just something this season heading in. I didn't expect Aberdeen to be, as menacing or as good as what they've been over the last few years, you could say. But this performance, they're showing that they're still strong. Derek McInnes has still got a firm grip of the team, and that they're still going to be right up there to try and battle as close to second place as possible. Hold back the jokes of where Celtic are finishing, CJ. Good use of set pieces. Aberdeen their goal, I can't remember if it was the first or second. You know what I'm talking about. Great work for the free kick, sent it over the side. Ball into the box. Fantastic work there. I mean,
first one. Sorry.
Was it first goal?
Either.
Pretty basic stuff. Thought it was Aberdeen. They've just got things down. It was a good performance. Ross County, in a sense, they did come and they brought the game to Aberdeen. And I think they've had a lot of fight this season coming up. I think they want to prove a lot of people wrong. It may have wrote them off or whatever. I mean, I've predicted them for 9th in the table or something, but. You know what? They've came up. They're fighting hard. They could have done a lot more damage against Aberdeen, but Aberdeen took their chances. Couple of penalties that shouts in there. That's pretty much my analysis of
I just was really impressed the game with Ross County because yes, Aberdeen go ahead, and I think they were 3-0 ahead, and then Ross County just started to try. You think 3-0 away from home, blah, 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 you might just sort of maybe just calm it down a wee bit and not really push for it, but they actually kept going, and they ended up hitting the post twice. That could have brought them back in. Obviously missed a penalty from Mackay, who I thought really had an off day. I thought if he was a wee bit sharper, they'd have definitely got something for this game. And again, the big man, who there is a lot of questions about whether or not he should have been sent off for his incident with the goalkeeper, because apparently it was very, very late. See when he jumps into him, I just wanted to know, is that dangerous play? Because obviously it lands on the Joe Lewis's head. So there is some questions about that, and that's why I've got a couple of tweets saying should Stewart been sent off earlier on in the game. So Dev, what's your thoughts on that one? Should Ross County?
It's a hard one. It is a hard one. That it is definitely dangerous play, and he's went right into him.
Lands on his head.
Exactly. So I don't know exact rules regarding it. And I say that Scotty Arfield's last season wasn't a red card, so I don't think I have any.
To be fair, he did score a goalie. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't think I can comment on that, to be quite honest. But I think Ross County need to improve defensively. I mean, they've came up.
Very weak.
Definitely. They're making a lot of things harder for themselves, because they have players in the attacking part of the field that can score goals. Mackay can score goals. They've got a couple of midfield runners that can get in there. They'll get goals, but their defence is letting too much in, and you can't go up to teams like that and concede 3 goals like the way they did, especially the third goal. I thought that was poor. I thought that was really poor. And then try and turn it on after that, If they go to other teams, they're going to concede a lot of goals, to be quite honest. And they started well, but they need to improve defensively. I think they need to be a wee bit tighter. And they're seeing similar things doing in the English Premiership. A lot of people are talking up Norwich because they're playing really good attacking football. It's kind of reminding me of that in a sense, but they don't have as good of players, obviously. Defensively, not great. Going forward, they've got goals in them. But you need to change. See, when you're going up to the better teams, you need to try and sit in a wee bit and hit them on the break or something. You can't just go up there and expect to turn them over. Aberdeen on their day, they've shown up. They've shown up in this game, and Cosgrove showed up. I think they can still get more bodies close to him because I think that's when he plays his best football.
Yeah, definitely.
Aye, definitely a bit isolated. But aye, when Aberdeen show up, they're going to wipe the floor with Ross County if they defend the way they did. So
another player I was very impressed with in the game was Hedges. I thought he really went after the Ross County team, and he was one of the guys that was positive. You had McGinn on the one side and you had Hedges on the other side, and they just seemed to be very, very positive players, and I thought both of them were thorns on the side all day. Like, any of them could be in the all 5 players of the week when we speak about them later, and I genuinely think either of them could be. The only thing I would say about Aberdeen is that was a massive win for them. Let's be fair, there was a lot of pressure mounting on them as well, the way they've started this season, because they've got expectations. The Leicester captain Shinnie, who's sitting at the under-23s reserve at Derby, he's not even getting a game.
To be fair, they've picked up. I mean, they've only picked up 1 defeat, and I mean, 7 points. I mean, no bad. I mean, considering you look in the rest of the league, you know, there's only 2 teams that have came out and started the season quite emphatically. Yeah. And I mean, they can't be too disheartened, and it's a good result for them.
I'm pretty sure they had a lost start last season as well, Aberdeen. They were quite slow. They were only scoring a lot of goals. It took Cosgrove about 10 or 11 games to start banging in the goals.
And then he smashed it.
So I think Aberdeen's can be quite happy, I think, with the 7 points. Considering the defeat as well at St Mirren, they didn't have Cosgrove that day, did they?
No, they started big main up front.
Curtis Main!
Yeah, you're big man, main. Big main.
The main man.
No one's ever said he's the main man ever.
The main stain.
The main shit stain.
Apart from the commentator at Hampden when we beat Aberdeen 3-0, but that's by the by.
Yeah, that was just we'll give that. And also, just want to say about Cosgrove's penalties, I really like the way that he just takes up and absolutely smashes them. Every one of these penalties he's ever took, I mean, that's confidence. You just go up there and rattle a ball as hard as that, and I don't know. People say, oh, it's just penalties, but again, you have to smash them like that, and he fucking buries it every time. So I was impressed.
He's got a wee bit about him as well, Cosgrove. Technical wise, he's actually got a good touch. He's got pace on him, and he's technically a good player. And he's a good finisher as well. He's up there, obviously, with the top in the league. That's why he's scoring so many goals. And when he's full of confidence, he can score goals when he can keep his seat as well.
Exactly, and just basically what you said there, Div, as well, getting somebody close to him. I thought Wilson would have been a lot more closer to him this year, but again, that's still not quite worked out. They just need to find that balance to, because you notice a lot of the times they kick the ball up to him, kind of like hammer throw tactics, but he's winning it, knocking on, but there's no one there. You know what I mean? So I think he's been getting frustrated with that, especially in Europe when they got absolutely hammered out. Earlier on, you could clearly see he was frustrated with just there was no people gambling with him. So, but the fact that they've got Ferguson coming back in the midfield and that as well, you still see the best out of Bryce, and I think they'll be alright. So I just wanted to address that. I've had a couple of comments saying, has McInnes took Aberdeen as far as they can go? I just think I mean, you can't really ask for much more, I don't think, anyway.
No,
it's been that way for about 3 years now.
You always hear the same question whenever the season ends. But then it's always the same. But anyway, let's move on for them then, and let's get to yourself, Sharp Div.
Yes, why not? I'll go for Hearts 2, Hamilton 2.
Another manager hits up for the sack.
Indeed. Another very negative result for Craig Levein, let's be honest. They get themselves 2 goals a day in that game, but they also concede 2. Oakley with a couple of good finishes.
Very good, yeah.
I need to pose a question to you guys regarding it. And I was wondering, is Berra finished? Because I know he got the goal, and I know he's been a mainstay within that team and stuff, but he was also kind of involved in the goals that they conceded. A lot, especially the second goal. Him and the left back, right mix up, terrible, and I can understand why the Hearts fans are calling the team out, and especially the manager, which I'm sure we can get on. But to me, it just looks like it's maybe 1 year too much for the big man. I know that he scored, but that's just kind of painting over the cracks. I think Valentine might have caught up Big Berra, and I was wondering what you guys thought on that.
I'll go first, mate. I completely agree with just everything you said there. Yeah, he got the goal, but you even go back to the Celtic result, Ryan, earlier on, you could see he's fucking dragging a horse and cart with him. He's got slow. He was never a pace merchant, he's slower.
It's just really weird because things have turned very quickly for him, because like there was points at last season, especially towards the start, like going good performance, and then it's just like.
Do you think it's got anything to do with the injury that he got?
It's got to, surely, because
that's just granted 25% off him.
It is natural for a player to get older and not to get weaker in any field physically. You know, whatever way you want to look at it, technical ability starts to fade and such. But when you get an injury that keeps you out for a large amount of time, it's going to do a lot of things. That damages your motivation, damages your body. There's just a lot of things that will go, and it probably has played a big part of it.
Also recovery's a lot longer for serious injuries when you're a older player as well, and especially with Hearts, they've got Hockett now in there. They've got young Suter as well.
That's going
so
to be
they're very promising centre halves. But it looks to me like Levine with his balmy tactics, he's looking to put the free in him in at times, you know. And I think the idea behind that is that he's wanting to surround Berra with a wee bit of youth, wee bit of legs surrounding him to cover up for his pace, basically. But I just think with some of the players Levine's got, I know he's not going to do it, but another manager might come in and he might get the best out of those players because there's a couple of good attacking players that they've got. And we've seen with their first goal, if they actually run it at teams and calm down a wee bit and attack, they can score goals. Clare's goal, it was very bad defending for Hamilton, and I'm pretty sure that those Hearts players can find gaps in other defences as well if they're allowed to actually get up the park and try and be more of an attacking outfit. I just think with Levine, he's backwards, isn't he?
What about you, Goggsy? How are you feeling about Hamilton and Hearts? What did you think of it?
I thought it was a good game to watch, and obviously Aki's hadn't won at Tynecastle for like 40 years, so for Aki's to actually go there and get something is a really good result for them. Also, Hearts now 11 games without a win at Tynecastle.
Hence why there was boos throughout the match.
Absolutely. And I thought
changes have to be made.
Sorry, what?
So changes have to be made.
Of course.
And say it.
But I do want to touch on Oakley's finishing, because Oakley's finishing was great. His great determination for the first goal he scored. Obviously through the mix-up, but for every mix-up, there's always a positive for the other team. Yeah. Great gamble, exactly. And then, of course, his second goal through Berra's legs. Fantastic finish.
Yeah, very instinctive. Good finishes.
What I really liked about his second goal was the fact that he didn't look at the goals. If you watch the goal back, he doesn't look. He kens exactly where it is the whole time, and that gives him the chance to do that snapshot because he's not taking that time to look up. He kens where it is. He's had a look before the ball comes to him, so as soon as it comes to his feet, he smashed it in. And again, it's another good finish. He's a goal. The way I feel about him as a player, he seems to score really good goals, but he's not a good goal scorer, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? Like he score one or two very good goals a season, but he's not consistent enough yet. But I feel like it will come because there is talent there, but I feel like Hamilton will do a very good job to keep him for another couple of years if they can, and it was a good result for them. But again, like, try and make it a wee bit different. But
Aki's could have actually got the 3 points.
Hit the bar. Big bar.
Hit the bar from about 6 yards out.
Yeah. That was brutal, and he also missed a free heater after Berra got caught in behind the left back, kind of like you were saying there earlier, Div. But there is one other player I want to speak about very briefly, and that's Clare, because if you've been following this show, every single time me and Div talks about a player being crap, he usually does so on the next again week, and I thought it was the same, because I seen him score, and I was like, oh, for Christ's sake. But then I saw Hamilton's last goal, and I see that Clare got absolutely bodied by the Hamilton player, so I was like, right, that's fine, you know what I mean? So I think we're alright with that, Div. I don't think we've embarrassed ourselves that time.
I think we can talk about Goldson this week.
It's too soon, that. Yeah, it's fucking too soon. It's sore, that. It's still sore. But yeah, good result for Hamilton, terrible for Hearts. There needs to be changes. If no, you're definitely pumping her. Allegedly, sorry.
I know. I mean, CJ, I seen as well, you liked something on Twitter, and then it went away back to last season, and I think he's won 6 games in 24 or something something mad like that. It's not great, and any other manager in the league is going to be under serious threat.
Definitely. That was JVC Cam, who's obviously been a long time viewer. Even last year he watched every SPFL show. He tagged me in it again, keep me updated. He's like, please talk about this, talk about Levine getting sacked, please. So yeah, that's what I was talking about there. It's awful. It's getting to that stage. I don't think it would work, because how do you fire him if he's in charge? Do you know what I mean?
It's mental.
Fire himself.
Clinging on to the fact they made a cup final.
That's basically
exactly.
Right, anyway, let's move on to the next game then. And it's on me to pick, eh? Oh, God. Right, I'm actually going to pick 2-1 to Livingston versus St Mirren, because, again, I'm actually very, very impressed with Livingston. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I picked them to get relegated quite badly. But, again, they keep their undefeated streak going, and they absolutely just play brilliant football. It's beautiful to watch, whether it's set pieces, training, like ground stuff where they do like flicks and tricks for set pieces, or they're actually just playing good football now with the big boy up front, who's very reminiscent of Cosgrove. You know what I mean? That big Dyke, see the way he just like kind of keeps the play going, but he's got a bit of football against him as well. Very impressed with this game of football. I thought St Mirren came and played football again after versus Rangers, where they just decided not to do that. Two good footballing teams, good football game to watch, and Livingston came away with a deserved 3 points again, once again silencing the doubters. So, what did you think?
Well, pretty straight. This is the game that I took the least notes on. Pretty much, I think both teams played. I think both teams played. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. I think both teams typically played quite well. I think St Mirren were unlucky. They had some considering the position that we both expect Livingston and St Mirren to be in. You know, you're looking at some decent football from both of them. And St Mirren, another team who have kind of surprised with performances this season, considering I predicted rock bottom. But Livingston fighting well to get the result. Played, you know, as you said, they're good at they get the basics right. And the thing is about Livingston, I think we're seeing a lot of what we've seen last season. They are getting the points on the board early. They're getting things done. And it was last season. If it wasn't for the start they had last season, they could have went down. The things changed big time. If they can go and they can get, you know, from this point of the season, the same amount of points they did last year, rack up a good start in the first 10 weeks, they can secure themselves a position in the league next season, because teams will struggle consistently throughout. Look at St Johnstone right now. Right now, you look at that St Johnstone team and think there's no recovery for them. They look that bad. So if Livingston play well this 10 weeks and get the points, which they are doing, and they're playing good football while doing it, they will stay up again.
Definitely.
It's a real conundrum, isn't it? Because look at that. Look at that. I googled that earlier, by the way.
How do you spell
it's weird. All and on. Absolutely no clue. I just thought it would have fitted, you know. Does it?
I'll give you.
That's a good one.
I'm not giving enough credit there. I know it fits. Come on. So, going into start of the season, this is the last time I mentioned it. I had Livy rock bottom as well. But it's weird because Livy are playing well, St Mirren look like they can play good football, Hamilton look like they can play good football, and Kilmarnock and St Johnstone look like they couldn't pass a ball 2 feet in front of themselves. Mm-hmm. It's weird, and Hibs as well. That's another mob. And these other teams, and these other teams are playing good football. I thought it was a thoroughly entertaining game. There was a lot of chances. There was some good football played. Livy did what Livy did. They scored for a set piece. It was poor defending. They let him away. It was a free header. You just don't do that with Livy. Puts it in the net. But there was also some really nice football played as well from both teams, and it was good to see St Mirren actually getting back to what they've obviously been training for, rather than sitting in 11 men behind the ball. And it was a good game, and Livy again picking up that win.
Perfect.
Good on them.
Ryan, you got anything you want to say about these two teams?
Basically said all I have to
say. I thought you talked, mate. I'm still
here.
When you said Ryan there, I was trying to find what more could I humanely add.
I just switch off when you talk. I forgot you've done it already. Honestly.
Great.
Goggsy, on you go, mate. On you go.
I just want to say great resilience from Livingston, considering the manager was actually off duty due to an injury he picked up during the week.
Madness.
Playing squash.
Playing squash, something like that. But
what the hell, man?
That's all I've got.
Scottish football. That's just Scottish football in a nutshell. The manager got injured at squash and never showed up to the game.
Perfect.
That's not right.
Right, so shout out to those two teams playing some good football. It's good to see as well. Moving on to the last.
McGuinness goal as well. Was an absolute worldie. What a goal!
It's kind of stealing what I'm going to be saying later on, but his touch
and
finish.
A goal!
All I'm going to say is I kind of scored one of them on Saturday as well. Does any remember that? Right, for the corner, I took a touch outside the box and I just pitched it top right.
No, I actually don't remember. I actually don't.
These are dead.
Sorry.
These are dead to me. All right, it's the one goal I scored. It was good.
I'm sorry. I don't remember.
Okay, what? We'll just leave it there. Right then, so that's been the SPFL show. That's going to be the last show you've obviously. But anyway, let's move on to the second last game.
The last game.
Round up. We'll go to Goggsy 99er for this one. Oh, here he
goes.
Got to check if he's got his notes lit. He's shat it now. He's shat it.
Right, we'll talk about St Johnstone 0, Kilmarnock 1.
Go for it, son.
Or shall we brush on the Dundee Derby?
We'll leave that
Leave
till
it
after.
Leave that till after, right? So St Johnstone versus Kilmarnock. What an absolute shit fest of a game that was.
Let's just get this one over and done with as quickly as possible.
All I can remember from the game is the goal, which was
Shit.
Defending. What happened to defending? What was that?
That was like a game I squashed, mate.
It was.
Aye.
St Johnstone tried to take the free kick, and then Kilmarnock hit them on the counter, and Stephen O'Donnell from like the third attempt or something like that, and just puts in the net.
Before we go any further, by the way, shout out to Andy Taker. He donated £2. He says, CJ, Dev, Kent Deal agreed, past medical. This comes from 4 lads. Dev, what did I tweet you about 30 minutes ago on Twitter? Basically saying the exact same. Don't worry, Andy, we're on this one, lads. We know.
I mean, I think we're on you, man. Come on, it was never off the table, and I'm just about to put an Instagram post out about it, so we'll like it.
Steal that? Aye, no worries.
No, mate, I've had it there sitting
drafted
for a bit. Aye.
So. He's not quite announced yet, ladies and gentlemen, but he is signing. But back to, unfortunately, this pish game of football. It was just brutal to watch. I mean, Michael Halloran did score, and it was ruled offside. I know the St Johnstone fans are complaining, saying it wasn't offside, but the camera angle it shows you, I can't see if it's offside or no, and that's pathetic in the Scottish game that we can't get one single replay that tells us whether it's offside or no. Are you kidding me?
That's poor.
It's awful, man. Absolutely awful. But yeah, the game is the shit. But the only thing I will say, it was quite nice to see the Kilmarnock manager's reaction, because that was raw emotion. See when the whistle blew, they got the 3 points.
Yeah.
A big sigh of relief. Well, it was more than a sigh, but it was a big
celebration, man.
A big release.
Celebration of relief, yes.
Do you know what that shows Kilmarnock fans as well, though, that he is passionate? He's came to Kelly and he's actually trying to do his best job, and he might not be good enough. We'll soon see, but he actually is trying, so that might give him a wee bit of hope.
And they also signed another player from Juventus as well. So that's very
well, it could have been worse.
Good.
I mean, literally, if they signed Jack Hendry this week, it would have been all over for me. I would have think that was relegation right there.
Is Jack Hendry going to Motherwell, or is that?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
Do you get myself anyone want Jack? Anyone want Jack?
No, he's
no. We've done our business. We've done our business. It's fine.
Goggsy is officially ruling out any further business Motherwell fans, so he didn't even sit up to 12. Goggsy, the Motherwell correspondent, has ruled.
Only Mark O'Hara today, that's it.
Perfect, mate.
There we go.
To see.
Yeah.
So we also need to discuss a little bit of Kelly news as well. Ryan, do you want to maybe take this one? Because you know what I'm talking about is it's getting closer and closer to apparently being announced. A new signing.
Greg Taylor leaving the club. Looks as though, according to Sky Sports and other outlets, we shall be looking at the confirmed signing of Greg Taylor to Celtic within the next couple of hours. I imagine a fee has been agreed. There's no more tussling with contracts between Calvin Miller and Jack Hendry, if that was a real thing. It looks as though Kilmarnock have got their deal that they're happy with. Dodged a big bullet as well. But Greg Taylor coming to Celtic, a positive signing, a good signing, despite how well Bolingoli played at the weekend. I would say it's a good bit of business and someone I've wanted to see come in.
Fair enough. So
did I not also see Graham Dorrans might be signing for Kilmarnock?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's been paid off today, like a mutual termination. So it wasn't a contract termination. He didn't walk away for free. There was some kind of middle ground. But apparently he is linking up. That's where he was travelling to speak to Rugby Park. And also, last bit of killing news, by the way, is that Kurt Broadfoot has requested his contract to be terminated.
I believe it's accepted. No, actually, it's been accepted.
It's been accepted, yeah, that's right. So he's officially left the football club as well. Look at Dev. Look at Dev's face. He never knew about this one. Dev.
I didn't know about that.
The big pan breeds away. That's it.
I did not expect him to get a move anywhere else. I did not expect that. He's obviously done that because he's got a move somewhere better with more money, most likely. Probably abroad. Cut Broadfoot, ladies and gentlemen. What?
Cut a Broadfoot.
Oh, jeez.
I'm here all week.
So Kilmarnock's doing a wee bit business.
Sunderland, actually.
I don't know how the Kilmarnock fans are feeling. I'm sure if he's watching this, he was letting know, like Cammy McFarlane, who I know watches a lot of the shows, but they're possibly losing one of their best players in Taylor. They're maybe bringing in Graham Dorrans, that looks like, but again, that's injury, especially on plastic park. That's not. Are you just going to play him in away games? Because he won't be able to work on a plastic
and
park.
Even at that, he can only play half the away games with him.
I know,
plastic pitches.
And also, they've lost one of the the heartbeats of the defence, aka just someone that was there just fouling people and got away with it for 2 years. So it's a very weird situation to be a Kelly fan. I'll be interested to see what you think about that as well. But
Muffed.
now
when we get to January, might be a lot to do for Kelly.
They're hell, big jig back. Get him back.
New manager.
It just goes to show how good a job Clark did as well. He went when he took over them. They were probably going down as well. I think they were second last. They were last or second last. They were dreadful. And then since he took over, they'd have been like top of the league. Do you know what I mean? If they just counted the amount of points they had for a certain amount of time, which is scary. And now they're just back to natural order restored. You know.
But to picture another sorry, Goggsy, one second, mate. The one thing with Steve Clark, he played pure anti-football and defence, and that's how they frustrate teams and got wins. I feel really bad for this guy because he's came in here and he's tried to make Kelly a good football and attacking side, and it's so shit that doesn't work.
I don't feel bad for him. I don't feel bad for him. I don't think Steve Clark played anti-football as such. I thought he just played smarter football.
I think anti-football was very different to what Steve Clark played. I think Steve Clark was tactically more I don't know.
He made
more astute.
Like Maldini for a season.
For a while. It was crazy.
That's probably where he's got his move. He's probably joining Juventus. Wait, watch this face, a reverse.
Aye, that's what it is.
Imagine, I just got a bad image of Broadfoot lining up next to Ronaldo and I can't delete it from my mind.
But the thing is, you can't play quick attacking football in a plastic park. It's just not physically possible.
We know. The four of us, we know.
We have tried it.
Does it fucking work?
But no, but seeing the whole conundrum, I'll use that word again.
Again, mate, it was me that used it.
I know, but
he's fucking stole your part, mate. He's trying to do it.
I can't believe you've done that to me. Like,
no, but the thing is with Kelly, you've seen, obviously, they've been papped out of Europe. They've had this, that, and the other happen to them. I genuinely think if it was a Steve Clark side, they would actually be in the Europa League group stages.
I don't think they'd be in the group stages.
I genuinely think they would have.
I think they would have beat Kona's Key or whatever they were called. I don't know if they would have been in the group stages.
I think
group stage a bit.
They would have at least beaten Partizan.
I think they would. I think they'd be better than what they are right now. But they'd have probably made it to. Prague or whatever it was.
I mean, you look how no, this isn't a dig or anything. You look how close it was for Rangers against Legia. Just the one goal separating them. Aye, a very good team. But I mean, if Kilmarnock are coming up against teams that are, going to present a challenge like that,
they would need to play. They would need to play out their skin, and the other side would need to play out the worst they'd played. Do you know what I mean? Because all the teams raised their games, I think, for those games as well. Aye.
Yeah, true. Fair point. Yeah, that's just my idea.
Perfect. Well, right. I'm going to use the same word conundrum as I've used a couple of times already today. I've got a last game to talk about, so I'm in a weird kind of conundrum. Well, I'm not going to talk about it, to be fair. But
this is a conundrum, by the way.
I feel like handing it over to Ryan because he needs to have his moment in the sun.
Really?
So I know it's his turn, unfortunately, that's the way the rota goes. But I only go Ryan 1 minute. Beckett, you've done and your side, and then we'll go over to Div and we'll hear from him.
What direction do I possibly go in here? Oh my, so many. Right, let's keep the overview of what happened short and simple because I believe that's pretty much what you're going to get here. The games abysmal. If you're watching from an outside point of view, if you're not a Celtic or Rangers fan, it wasn't a pretty game of football.
It was shit.
Honest, it was terrible. But what matters to Celtic and Rangers fans at the end of the day is the result, and the result was Celtic 2, Rangers 0. A good mark of the season, putting a lot of doubt, a lot of criticism, a lot of unneeded panic from Celtic fans well behind us, and showing that right now we have still got, the quality, the players, and just overall everything there is still, as much as Rangers have improved, I will say it, they've improved, there's no denying it. Celtic right now are still the team to beat, and they proved that. Both teams played at their worst, potentially. I've seen your opinions on how Gerrard set up and his tactics, Divan, CJ, and that's the next thing.
That wasn't available yesterday.
I've seen the opinions and the performance from Rangers, but at the end of the day, this was Celtic wins as well, giving nothing special out in that park, and yet we went out and we got what we needed. We went to Ibrox with our 800 fans And we tactically, you know what, we were smart from the minute you seen the kick-off tactic. What we done was
he done a Levine, didn't he? Putted it right into the corner.
A completely different style of play to Ibrox. Because the last two couple of times when we were defeated, what we done was we passed the ball around the back, didn't work, we let Rangers press us, we got scared, we were giving away the ball over the park. Players were out of position both times as well, but we won't come on to that. Ultimately, what we done was something very different, and we showed, and we proved that we shut up a lot of people. And we proved that, you know, we are still the best team in Scotland as of this current moment in time, and it's a result to be very, very happy about. And Neil Lennon, as much as used to absolutely despise him, got a moment that he truly deserves, and a moment that Celtic fans can savour for a little while. And you know what, it was a lovely, lovely feeling, because there was so many overconfident Rangers fans heading into this game. And you know what, despite winning the last two games at Ibrox, maybe there was a reason to be confident, but the overconfidence was thrown right back in the face when Johnny Hayes bagged that second goal.
I don't think overconfidence was fired back. I think Gerrard fucked us for the start, but I'll let you go. That was the worst setup I've ever seen in an Old Firm game ever. There you go.
That was mental. I wasn't overconfident going into the game. I was confident because I thought that we had been playing some of the best football we've played in a while, especially under Gerrard. I was really confident in the tactics that he'd been enforcing beforehand, with the ball carrier, playing one out-and-out winger, an out-ball in a sense, playing somebody a wee bit narrower on the other side, which has been Arfield. But when we started the game, obviously, we went in with 5 centre mids, Mento, Aribo, get Paps out in the left wing. We didn't have an out-ball. And when we did introduce Ojo, we then started to see that we could get one-on-one with a defender, although the right back, I can't pronounce his name, I'm try. He was solid. Yeah. So give him credit there. I thought Julian, the centre half, has been a lot of questions about him. I thought he was solid.
Say it again.
He get the ball, like he was winning everything, like all the crosses that were coming in.
Almost like he was jumping up against a 5'6" striker.
I just thought it was absolute madness that Rangers' best player did not start that match. Alfredo Morelos. I mean, we were at a fundraiser on Friday night, and there was a lot of people calling for Defoe to play. Yeah, and I was bewildered.
I was not
CJ,
shocked.
I know you weren't shocked because that's been the trend so far for the other matches. But I just think when you're going into the biggest game of the season, especially with an international break coming up, you've got to play your best player, and that's Alfredo Morelos. You've just got to, in my opinion, if he's fit. And we didn't do that. But listen, Celtic did come. Lennon changed his style of play. But me still as a Rangers fan, and I'm looking out there 60 minutes into that game, and the Celtic players were tired. They were really, really tired. Yeah. Obviously, having played away on Thursday night, they had their hands on their knees and they were tired, but they stuck to the tactics. And obviously, they delivered. And the Rangers players didn't.
Ryan, you did a fucking ending quickly. You say quickly and you talk for 7 minutes.
I know. I just want to quickly jump in and give a shout to the entire back four for their performance.
I didn't think Bolly was any good, mate. I thought he gave the ball away a number of times.
I don't believe it's down to the fact that he didn't have a great performance. It was nothing spectacular, but what the thing was Beaton was Bolly were talking about. I think, especially with CJ, when I watched your video and you were saying Celtic's back four is absolutely atrocious, whatever you said at the start. I can't remember the exact quote. I meant to write it down.
He's worse than Izagiri.
And
just saying that now.
That is scandal. Bolly heading into this game came under a lot of criticism from outside fans and from Celtic
fans and his manager.
A lot of people wrote him off. And he went out there and he showed his passion, and it was a good whole back four. I
think Bolly's definitely got passion.
We played him with Rapid Vienna versus Rangers, so we've seen him and he was pitched then as well.
I don't think he's great, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be surprised if Taylor still came in and took the left back spot.
He'll go in as number one.
I said it the other night. I said in the channel, if Greg Taylor, this was Saturday night before the game. I said if Taylor signs tonight, Taylor starts tomorrow. I said it myself because I thought career suicide for Bolly if he goes out and he has a terrible game. And he never went and had a terrible game.
To be fair, he had no one running at him the whole game.
Aye, and nothing came for it. There was no serious threat from Rangers at all from the game. The whole back four deserve a credit. Just
no, the whole back four should send a fruit basket to Steven Gerrard for giving them an easy fucking shift. That's what they should do. Right, there is a couple of shout-outs I need to give. The first one to Eclipse. He donates £2 and he says, I can't wait for the next match Livy will play. That's a Livingston fan, by the way, so thank you so much for watching the show.
Oh, brilliant, man. Class.
Craig Kelly writes, donates £2. He says, miss my super chat. Taylor deal is only 3 million. Sorry, mate, if I've missed your super chat before. I'm trying to keep up with it, but every time Ryan speaks, everyone just tells me to shut him up. My biggest thing was I felt a wee bit sorry for Rebo, like the way he was just kind of thrusted out in the left, but at the same time as whether you're playing out of position or you need to still like throw yourself about, and he wasn't really doing that, and the whole team setup was completely wrong. And one of the main things I took away from the game is something that Gerrard said after it. He was like, the first time I've ever heard Steven Gerrard say his whole plan was to go out and get a stranglehold on the game very early on, and as the game goes on, try to take it over and then try to get a winner. Div, have you ever heard Gerrard say anything? Normally it's for the first whistle, get in their face, so that tells me he set it up completely wrong.
I think it was deflection tactics, and for me as a Rangers fan, I was looking for the manager to come out and take responsibility. I was disappointed when he came out and he says we'll take it as a group. I mean, fair play, but I was looking for him to come out and say that. I think everybody could see that's got any sort of football brain has watched Rangers for the whole season. He changed the winning formula for him. He changed everything that was going well for him. He did stick a Rebo in an unnatural position. It's shown that the Morelos decision was a bad. So we can go right through the team. Do you know what I mean? We can go right through it. But I think the buck lands at the manager for this one. There's individual errors. Players didn't play to their best. But it was an opportunity missed in my opinion, because I think to get at Celtic you must adopt a high press. And straight away Rangers were sitting off. And I still went into the game and I thought if Celtic have opportunities they will score, because they've got players in the attacking part of the field that are clinical finishers and they're great going forward. I just don't think they're great defensively, and I don't think they've done enough to get at that defence, and especially with the goalkeeper, he's not played in goal. He's not played for about 2 years.
That one that was shot right at him as well from
But what you've got to remember is, as much as Rangers did not present much of a challenge to the Celtic back four, the Celtic back four still can. Abdel Ahmed was absolutely unbelievable. The right back, absolutely unbelievable for performance for him.
I've seen the right back play a few times now, and I think he's one of your best signings.
I think he's looking great, and he knows exactly what he's here to do and knows what it means.
No, I think he's a good signing. I do. I've not said anything.
I think he deserves all the credit in the world. For me, it was man of the match. For me, it was absolutely man of the match.
He was the right back, wasn't he?
Aye, suppressed so much from anything that Rangers even attempted down that side of the park, and
which wasn't much.
If you think and you think as well, just the one thing that comes off the top of my head for his performance was when Defoe had the chance, lifted his leg, ready to shoot.
That was good interception.
And El comes in. What a fantastic tackle, unbelievable.
That was a great tackle.
One of the things we've also got to say as well, going into that game of football, fucking Mystic Meg wouldn't have been able to predict we were going to play the way we were going to play. Like, Gerrard got it completely wrong. Again, we've kind of already touched on that, but you have to give Celtic credit in the fact that, again, still, you give that Edouard guy a chance, he'll score it. That's what I said before the game, I said it after the fact. They're still strong offensively, as they have been for years, because you hear all this Celtic team's pish, blah, 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 but going forward, they're still good. You know what I mean?
Going forward, there has been
definitely
no shortage of quality since the day that Rodgers stepped in to right now this minute.
Certainly good. So you have to be prepared for that. You have to prepare for that. Sorry, I thought Flanagan done a good job against Forest. I didn't think he touched the ball. That's why he got subbed off. But again, individual error for Connor Goldson. That's so unnecessary. It's very similar to the last time we played at Parkhead and we got beat with Tavernier giving the ball away. Goldson gave it away this time. And the second goal was just more frustrating at the fact that Stephen Davis and Tavernier just can't get back in time. And then when, what's his name? Johnny Hayes. Hayes, when he's tapping it in, Tav's walking behind the goalkeeper. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, that was my biggest frustration.
Just that point in the game, I think, Hayes dropped, and
I think so as well.
Johnny getting a well-deserved goal. I mean, he's no well deserved.
He made a good run, aye. He's got
a good run, but I just
experience.
think deserved it. I feel like he's a guy that's deserved a moment like that. He's worked so hard for Celtic, and just that moment of him must felt like a big, a big thing for him.
Perfect. The last thing we need to shout out as well, by the way, Craig Kelly, because we're getting a wee bit late, boys. Craig Kelly donates £2. He says, "Would you rather have Forrest or Aribo?"
Oh,
I mean, one's a winger, one's a centre midfielder, so...
That's what I was going to say. If you want a winger, you pick Forrest. If you want a centre mid, you pick Aribo.
If it's that's true, because they're two completely different positions. But if you're getting forced to pick any of the two, it's Forrest for me. I mean, Forrest is just I mean, he's miles above him. Come on.
Mate, you've not even seen Aribo play, probably, apart from the weekend.
I've seen the clips, and no denying he looks like a young, talented player, but James Forrest is, over the last, 18 months, last 2 years, been arguably the best player in the country. So
okay, now you're fucking high. Right, okay, right, lads, we need to try and get this moving towards the 5 players of the week now, and we can finish it up, because I've got a Kent announcement video, as that's coming up very soon. It's almost 9 o'clock, so by the time I get everything done. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's move to our 5 then, shall we? Let's start off with Ryan, as you missed last week, mate. You can go on to the start.
Right, I decided to be nice. I could have been I was could have been very biased and done the back 4 plus Edouard for my top 5. But
that's like if a goalkeeper doesn't get
a terrific performance in the back 4. There's a reason that. Right, anyway, we'll move on. Right, so number 5. Right, I've still been quite biased. I've got 3 in. Number 5. Number 5, I've went with Bolly Bolingoli just because of how much pressure he probably felt going into this game, and he done well. I had to go. Honestly, ask any Celtic, terrific performance considering what we could have had him. Number 4, I've got Marciano from Hibs. Sorry, Goggs, I know it's the opposite side, but very big performance.
No problem.
Very big performance.
Very big performance. 3 goals.
Very big performance. If you let me finish, very big performance in the fact that he kept it from being an absolute spanking. So I went with Marciano.
No, I'll give you that.
Number three, I've went for Lithgow from Livingston. Thought he had a very good game. A lot of people talking about him after it, and also bagged one of the goals as well. For number 2, I went with Julian, man of the match at the weekend.
Is that how you pronounce it?
That's how I mean, Julian is the simple way to put it. But, if you want to be respectful to how you say their names, and it's Julian.
Son.
Julian, the official man of the match award went to him. And number 1, I've went with man of the match day. In my opinion, as I've said multiple times, Abdelhamid. Fantastic performance.
Perfect. I'll give you mine. Usually next. I'll go number 5. I had the Celtic right back. I can't pronounce his name, so I just played it safe with that one. I went with Hedges at number 4 for Aberdeen. I went 3. I've actually went with the who did I go with? I went for Seedorf from.
Hey!
I was actually very impressed with him. I don't think we really touched on him during the game, but his willingness to get beyond people, I thought he was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
Believe it or no, Ryan, I've actually got Lithgow in there as well. So I've got him at 2. And my player of the weekend, I'm actually going to give it to the Hamilton striker just for his 2 brilliant finishes. Instinctive. He doesn't get much service. But for me, he took his chances and got Hamilton a point for there, and that was Oakley. So that's my 5.
Nice.
On you go, Dan.
I'll go next. Number 5, I've got Seedorf as well.
Hey.
I thought he had an awesome game. Number 4, I think the Celtic right back is El Hamidi. He was good.
El Hamed. There you go.
El Hamed.
You're thinking of the guy who plays for Hull?
Hull, aye.
Yeah.
Aye. Number 3, Edouard. I've put him in there. I thought he was pretty good. Good finish as well. Took his chance well.
Definitely.
Number 2, I'm stuck between the 2 of them, to be fair. But number 2, I'm probably going to go for Oakley.
Yay.
And then I'll put Julian in at number 1 because I thought he did deal with a lot of the crosses well. Especially against Big Katic, who we know from watching him for experience, he's really good in there, and he was able to win a lot of those headers.
Can I ask, Ryan, was it Julian or whatever, sorry, that won the header that set up the goal against Katic? Because I can remember Katic getting out jumped right at the end.
See, I'm trying to think of it. I'm trying.
Jumped Katic there, because whoever it was.
I mean, it's no hard. It's no hard to place him because he's literally the tallest human being I think I've ever seen in a football park.
Because I couldn't believe it, because I thought it was Katic's ball all day, but someone jumped the back of Katic and out headed him. I was like, what the fuck is that?
It was probably a big boy. I just can't remember off the top of my head.
I mean, if that was him, he should have made it into my top 5. Maybe it's the number 5 spot. But anyway, on you go. Goggsy?
Right, so my top 5, number 5, I'm actually going to go with Paul McMullen of Dundee United, because I thought he was exceptional in the derby on Friday night.
Okay, fair enough.
4, I'm going to go for Oakley for Hamilton. 3, Lyndon Dykes for his performance and scoring again. 2, I'm going for Sherwin Seedorf. And 1, I'm going for one of the unsung heroes, Peter Hartley of Motherwell.
Oh, wow.
That's Celtic player.
Because, well, he hadn't played a game all year until last week, and he's come in, he's basically won every single header. He's commanded the back line. He's just one of the he's been fantastic. He's like a new signing right now for us.
That's brilliant, mate. Can you just... I'd like it just to point out the fact that even when Rangers won 6-1, we only picked 2 Rangers players because we try and keep it balanced for the show. But thank you for Ryan for coming in, missing a week, and
look, I would never do it. I would never do it in any other occasion. But
it was a pish game of football.
The scrutiny that the back 4 came under, and from the line that you gave them yourself, I thought that I had to, despite what you would say about Rangers' tactics and attacking the game, I thought they deserve a little bit of credit, a little bit of relief.
Alright, can I finish off that line? But you've kissed their arse. We'll put it that way. Right, okay. Right,
was it not only like 5
kissed.
shots on target in the game?
No, Rangers had 2.
Rangers had no threat at all, basically.
They had 5 or something.
So how can you put the back 4
because the back 4 suppressed their play. The back 4 were there to stop Rangers.
Green spectacles.
So that's why the back 4
green spectacles, mate. Green spectacles.
I'm honest when it comes to Celtic. I'm always honest. I come on the show when...
Honest bias.
I was about to say we come on the show when we lose. And I'm...
I love that. Ryan was just about to say, I come on the show when I didn't actually come on the show when they lose. You've got me there, fair play.
It's just a coincidence. We don't lose that often, and it's a coincidence when we lose. And
look at me, we don't lose.
Back four, terrific. Back 4. Was I the one here when we lost to Rangers at Ibrox in whatever month it was there? And I was honest.
That was the last time you were ever on after another loss.
I was honest. I'm an honest person, and the back 4 done incredibly well, and I will not let anyone take that away from me.
Can I just say, can someone clip that moment of Ryan saying, "Listen, I come on this channel, and whenever Celtic lose."
I just realised my mistake as I went on to say it.
Right, let's finish up with the predictions.
Right, we'll try and fly through this as quickly as possible because I realise CJ's got stuff to do. Div looks as though he's about to fall asleep. Dogs you've probably got the streets of... Where is he on this? Is it Sunderland you're at now?
That's in 2 weeks.
Oh, is it 2 weeks? Yeah. I thought you were already there. Well, I don't pay much.
You just want to the country.
Well, anyway, let's move on.
Before we do move on, Ryan, you won last week. Well done, mate. You got 2 points, 4 correct teams you chose. Me and CJ got 3 correct teams that we chose, and Goggsy was actually the only one that got a score right, but he got every other prediction of the teams wrong, including his 1-0 prediction of Hibs beating Hibs by Peter Hartley OG.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
When did I get right?
1-0 Kelly, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, nice.
Right, first game to go through then is the yearly kick-off on the Sunday. It might be Saturday even. Hamilton versus Celtic at New Douglas Park. I'll kick us off, I may as well, since I'm a Celtic fan. I think it's going to be an absolute battering.
Ryan? Would never have fucking guessed based on your 5.
I'm going to go for a 4-0 Celtic win. CJ.
Is it home or away?
It's at New Douglas Park, sorry.
2-0 Celtic.
Or whatever it's called now, Super Seal Stadium.
2-0, I'll go Plastic Park.
Div.
Hamilton?
Aye, Hamilton.
Aye, so 2-0 to Hamilton, aye.
Right.
Ollie, double own goal.
I'm going to go for a 3-1 win to Celtic.
3-1 win Celtic. And Gogs?
3-0 Celtic.
Nicely done.
Perfect. Also, Ryan, before you cut up, I need to read it to people's. Johnny Allen writes in 5-0 Hamilton. Billy Kay writes in 1-0 Hamilton. Curry Muncher writes 1-0 Hamilton.
Manbury?
Adam Oliver writes in 3-2 to Celtic. That'd be a good game to watch. As long as Hamilton is the one with the free. Lewis Humphreys writes 4-2 Celtic. DJ Vamos writes in 3-0. And the last one we did come from Callum McCracken. He writes in 6-0 Hamilton. So there we are.
Very realistic predictions. Anyway,
Someone's got their career mode on.
Second game of the weekend: Aberdeen versus St Johnstone at Pittodrie. Goggsy, would you like to kick us off?
I think we'll go 2-0 Aberdeen.
2-0 Aberdeen. Div?
4-0 to Aberdeen.
I am going to go with 3-1 Aberdeen win. CJ?
3-0, mate, for me, Aberdeen.
3-0.
And reading over, you've got Kieran McAllister, he reads in 2-1 Hamilton. Alright, okay, that's still people writing in from there. I forgot there's a 30-second delay, I do apologise about that one. But JVC Cam 96 writes in Aberdeen 2, Saints nothing. And I think that's the only one that's wrote in for this one. Oh wait, and there's another one there. Cammy McFarlane writes 2-0 Aberdeen. And the last one read out comes from Johnny Allen, he writes 3-2 to Aberdeen.
Lovely stuff. Next game is Goggs' Mob as they head to Tynecastle to take on the very frisky Craig Levine. CJ, kick us off.
I'll go with Motherwell back-to-back wins 2-0. 2-0 to
2-0.
Could this be the day that Craig
It
goes?
could be, mate. It could finally be here so we can stop having to talk about it every week.
I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw in this game. Div?
Just to mix it up, I'm going to go one more than you, CJ. I'm going to go 3-0 to Motherwell.
That would be a blow.
Jesus,
I'm about to faint.
And Goggs, what is
I'm
your
about to faint, boys. Here, come on.
Goggs, what is your prediction for Motherwell losing, as you usually do?
I've never seen us win a game in the league in Edinburgh, so I'm going to go 1-0 Hearts.
Oh my God, I hate you.
Once again,
Johnny Allen writes in 2-2. Adam Oliver writes 2-0 Hearts. Ryan Moody writes in Hearts 3-0. And Callum McCracken writes 2-0 Goggs' Mob.
Right, next game is Kilmarnock heading. Sorry, no Kilmarnock. Anyway, Kilmarnock.
Get that on a t-shirt.
Kilmarnock are taking on Hibs at Rugby Park. Goggsy.
That's a pish game to watch.
That's a battle with the bastard.
0-0.
0-0.
0-0.
First 0-0 prediction of the day. Div?
I'm going to go for a 1-0 victory to Hibs.
I am going to go for a 2-1 victory to Hibs. And CJ?
I'll go 1 each. Mate, with that one, I think it'll be a score draw. Let's see. Anthony Dixon writes in 3-0. Billy Kay writes 2-2. Motherwell. Blue Ranger writes in 2-0 to Motherwell. And
it's a Ryan game.
Everyone keeps writing in about Motherwell now. I ken it's delayed by a bit.
It's all about the well.
I know, everything seems to be about Motherwell right now. I'm sure Goggs will be loving this.
Jesus.
And the last one we really actually, it just comes out so we can actually see it's about Kilmarnock. Rangers fan Yaban writes in 2-1.
Next game is Rangers. Rangers taking on Livingston at Ibrox. Will they recover from the loss? CJ, we know what's happening there. I need to.
No, you ask me. Ask me. I'm going to answer it this time.
On you go, CJ.
Ask me properly.
Prediction for Rangers versus Livingston.
Tune in the day before because that's 99% of my content.
It's a shame. You must hate it when there's a 2-week break to get that.
It's a pain in the arse, mate. I'll get me this week. I do struggle for the content, but finally, your mob's done alright for me this week.
I'm going to predict, as I said, I've not got that strong a pair of green tinted glasses. I'm going to go for a 3-0 Rangers.
Did you pick 3-0 because you picked 3 Celtic players in your top 5?
Yes.
Right, okay, I thought that.
Give your prediction.
I was thinking 3-0 as well, Rangers, but since you say that, I'll go 4.
When he touched that with bars.
And Goggs.
I'm going to go 3-2 to Rangers.
Wow. I just want to shout out Eclipse, the Livingston fan who done a super chat earlier. He also does another £2 he rates in 1-0 to the Lions.
That's awkward. Alright. Moving on.
Moving on from him. We'll edit this out, it's fine, it's no life. Pope writes in 3-0 to Rangers. Zach Burns writes 5-0. DJ Vass writes in 3-0 to the famous. Joe McKenzie writes in, you can't read that one out because he's been a fanny. And the last one we read out comes from Kieran McAllister, and he writes, Kent, hat-trick, Rangers 3-0. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's no it. That's no it. We're not done. We're not done.
It
There's
is
one
for the
there.
league. Alright, this is my fucking shit.
No,
You sit
it's
and wait
not.
to be
No, it's
spoken
not
to.
done for the league. There's one more
You
game to
sit
go.
and you be spoken
There's
to.
one more game.
Listen, this is... Just sit there and look. Ryan, read the last game out. There you are.
Final game is an absolute classic. Ross County versus St Mirren.
That's
CJ.
why I left it. That's why.
Oh, right.
I'm leaving
CJ.
up my prediction for this one, mate. So I'll go
There
top of my
you
head,
go.
one each.
One each. I'm going to go for a 1-0 St Mirren away win.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Dev.
shit.
2-1 St Mirren.
Oh, same thinking. And Goggsy.
Going 5 each. Fuck it.
Oh, you're after that. 55.
5 each. No. There's no connotations here. I'm just going for it.
Right, fair play. Right, CJ, take it away, whatever you wanted to.
Right, Ryan. Thank you. Right, Ryan, now also read out the Scotland predictions.
Right, so the first game Scotland have is against Russia. At Hampden. I mean, let's go. But I mean, CJ, take it
I'll
away.
go 5-0 Russia.
Oh my god.
Patriotic.
Oh.
Do you know what? Steve Clark, I've got the faith. 2-1 Scotland. Fuck it. Div.
You know what? I want to have the faith, but when you see videos of your players saying that they don't even want to show up to international selection, like Ollie McBurney, I'm going 2-0 Russia.
Mm.
And finally, Gogs for this game.
I'm going 3-1 Russia. Just no confident at all.
Not very patriotic, are you?
Mate, I would love Scotland to beat them, but I just don't see it happening. They just, I don't think
I don't know why. I threw away a point in the predictions, to be honest. Right there.
Mate, it'd
which
be
is-
a
I'm
good
still
result.
paying
It'd be a good
27
result
quid
if
for
they end up winning the thing, but it's interesting to see what the midfield will be as well, because obviously you've got a couple of players that's on form. You've got exciting, even Ryan Jack's been selected. I seen that they tweeted out the Ryan Jack picture to try and win us back on side. Like it was like, come on, he's here, look. So it'll be interesting to see if he plays, but again, like Dev says, there's something we've been suspecting for a long time, that the players didn't even want to be there. I heard one player sort of confirm that. So
literally, whilst another one, actually, an actual Scottish guy, John Fleck, an actual Scottish guy, he's not been selected,
yeah.
and this guy doesn't want to show up. But
I know.
Your thoughts on that, by the way, just very, very briefly. What was your reaction?
He's
to
an
seeing Ollie McBurney?
absolute arse. I would give my
Calm
right.
down.
I would give my right bollock to play for the Scotland national team.
What
fuck's
about your
sake,
left
then you'd have name.
Shh, don't tell them all. Come on.
I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, what Div said, there's Scottish. I mean, even I know it's a different example because I think he's just the first player. There's somebody like Lee Griffiths who's ready to come back, start playing football, and he's been left out, which is probably a bit more understandable. But there's tons of players who've been left out, and to see that, I mean, I never even fucking knew about it till today. But it's hot.
So it's
sad.
fresh on your opinion, Ryan. So what is it? Because you've just seen it. So what is it?
It's just sad. It's saddening because I know that this hasn't been a great country to play for. Watching the last couple of decades, it's been very difficult. But it's your country, man. I mean, come on, you should be wanting to.
His
You
country's
should be wanting
England.
to. You should be wanting to win. If his
He's a
country's
Sassanach.
England, he should have picked England when he had the choice. Look, if he thought it was going to be easy to get a game for Scotland, and he's just fucked the whole thing there. Because if I was any manager coming in now, whether it be Stevie Clark or whoever it is over the next 10 years, he would be back in that squad.
It's the audacity of him as well, because he's done nothing for Scotland. It's not like he's been a long time servant in Scotland and done his wonders. He's done.
I mean,
nothing.
I've always thought he's a fanny, but I mean,
He's done nothing.
I've never raised
He's
him,
proud
anyway.
of the jersey.
I just want to say as well, by the way, just so everyone's aware of the facts. Obviously, McBurney says, "I hope not." And then he laughed. And then there was apparently when he said something about being shite, but that one's no clear enough in the video. But what we do know is someone says he wait to play for Scotland. He said, "I hope no." Then the actual Sheffield manager came out. I don't know if any's seen and actually said it was just the way, because he was asked about it right away during the weekend. He basically says basically what he said, boys will be boys. You've got an Irishman there, you've got an Englishman there, you've got a Scotsman there, and you've got McBurney. They're all laughing and joking, and he says it was just a boyish thing to say. That's what he was kind of saying. It was just lads talking, and I was like, that's really not going to play off, to be fair.
Don't talk absolute bollocks. I say that, manager.
So do you think it was just a lad's thing to say?
Nah, you're
Lads!
I think he's like could have been. Let's be honest.
Lads! What a
Nah, you're always honest with your lads, so.
Hey, that was deep there, mate. My opinion on the McBurney thing is, I think he's actually a pretty damn good football player. When you get the right service to him, I don't think he's ever going to fit in the Scotland setup because we didn't get people wide quickly and whipping balls because that's what he lives on. Especially that's why he's got his move to Premier. He's a good player, but that's not good. You can't be saying that. No matter what you're feeling or anything like that, you didn't say literally when there's a camera 2 feet away from you, you hope you didn't get selected for your country. That's fucking madness. But anyway, we didn't ken what was going on. Maybe it was just a lad's version. It was just a misjudgment. People make mistakes. We'll no crucify him for that. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Stevie Clark starts. That's a good question just to finish up on. Will Clark start him? Because he's still selected. So, Dev?
I don't know.
He's 20 million pounds.
I'm going to pay 20 pence for him.
Breaking news. Greg Taylor's officially at Celtic Park. Just to clear.
That doesn't work.
God's sake, Greg, man. You've let your life down. You've let your family down, Greg.
Christmas is going to be fucked for you now, son. Alright? Ask Scott Allen what happened. Alright? He's not been invited to Christmas since. I'm joking. Right, Goggsy, will McBurney start, yes or no, to finish up?
Well, his physical attributes on the park, he always chases in the ball. I think he's good for like making runs, but he doesn't score goals. So I think he should bench him.
Bench him. Ryan, would you bench him for that video?
Would I bench him?
Because he's still selected to the squad to play for. Even though that video's came out.
Well, I mean, is it not like if you're no in the starting 11, you're on the bench anyways? I know how it works.
That is it.
Aye. I mean, see if I'm that sour that I would if I was Stevie Clark, I'd say no. Fuck off.
Send him home.
Yep.
Fair
Absolutely.
enough.
If you know why be here, there's no point wasting your time. Fuck off. That's what I'd say.
I mean, maybe that should have been happening for the last couple of years because people's been pulling out with dentist appointments and stuff like that. So maybe this should be a statement ready to be firing out. But anyway, we'll move on from there then, ladies and gentlemen. That's been this week's SPFL show. Again, I don't know if there will be one next week because it's international duty. What's that, sorry?
You're predicting the other Scotland game, or is it just
17-0.
Who are they against?
Yes, Belgium.
6-0, Belgium.
Right, I don't know. Quickly just jot it down so you can do the outro. 6-0, Dev.
Oh, mate, I'm going 5-0.
5-0. Gogs.
I'll be optimistic and say 4-0.
No very patriotic, lads. I'm saying.
Can I also say?
Say 4-0 day.
4-0.
Yeah. Can I also say on the SPFL Insta story there will be one for each of the Scotland games because I'll be covering them.
Just some boy.
Perfect, mate. You're the absolute correspondence of dreams, ladies.
There we go. There we go.
But now we're officially set up. Again, sorry, I'm just very excited to be announcing things like that. That's why I'm very excited. Then I keep making mistakes. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's been us for this week's SPFL show. Ryan118, want to tell them where they can not find you on the internet?
You know where to go ahead at Ryan118 on YouTube. And if you want to follow me on Twitter with my account back and unblocked by some. You can get me at Ryan Stephen F.
You know what, Ryan? You know what? See for that right there. Well, that was well played. You waited right to the end.
Thank you.
And we all got that, so I'll give you that one. Well done. Goggsy, where can they find you, mate?
On YouTube at goggsy89. Just reached 7.2k subs. Thanks, everyone. And on Instagram at goggsysan. On Twitter at goggsy99. Like Brooklyn 99, the show.
Just in case any of your American watchers are there. Just trying to really expand his demographic. So
9 and 9. I've never heard that before.
I did meet an American subscriber on Saturday, so that's why I've just said it.
Yeah, of course. Right, sharpdiv, where can I find you, brother?
Just end it, CJ, man. On you go.
You're still sour about Ryan's block cover?
No, absolutely not.
So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's been us. We will catch you in 2 weeks' time for the next SPFL show. Thank you so much for watching, and bye. Now, this is always the awkward part because you can see